come together today for a single purpose. Let's move this bill. Let's send a strong message to everyone all over the country and all over the world that we will not stand for bigotry and hatred, that we will not tolerate the George Soroses of the world sending his money to undermine our allies wherever they happen to be in the world.
In the words of Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu, those who wear the BDS label should be treated exactly as we treat any anti-Semite or bigot. And this is not a partisan issue in Israel. Opposition leader Isaac Herzog said, BDS is an unacceptable and hypocritical in every shape and form, and an onslaught against Israel all over the world. Or in the straightforward words of Israeli Supreme Court Justice Hanan Meltzer, BDS is political terrorism. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, BDS is not merely an attack on Israel. It is not merely an attack on those 6,000 miles away. The ugly libels are against us here at home, against Jews here at home. American Jews are being targeted by BDS. This is especially acute for Jewish college students, who are being targeted for harassment by other students and even by faculty and staff of universities. BDS is not academic freedom. BDS is the opposite of academic freedom. BDS routinely squelches open discourse in order to incite hatred and violence against Jews and Jewish students. And know this, according to published studies this year, fueled by the blood libels of BDS, 3 of the 10 most anti-Semitic college campuses in this country are here in New York State. Members and leaders of the New York Assembly, refusing to fight BDS is to stand for the destruction of Israel. But even if you are not a supporter of Israel, know this, fighting BDS does not really require you to be a pro-Israel fighter. It simply demands that you be a human being with a conscience and a memory. If you do not fight against BDS, then you stand with the anti-Semites. If you do not vote to pass this legislation, then you declare your support for political terrorism at home and abroad. There's no justification to delay or oppose passage of this bill. We will hold accountable those who do. This is a matter for everyone of conscience here in New York State.
The fact that our students are fearful on campus and that is being tolerated on city campuses is a disgrace.
I want the press to ask the Democrats in the Senate, what was their reason, what possibly could be their reason for voting against this bill? And then go further and ask the members of the Assembly, what could possibly be the reason that you're not voting for this bill 5 weeks later? BDS is anti-Semitic, and it is a way of harming Israel without using guns or bombs, and it cannot be tolerated. If you tolerate this, it's going to affect every family in the state and every child in school in the state.
Why do you think the Democrats refuse to sign on to this bill?
I don't think they've made enough of a commitment to the Jewish community in New York. Why? It's a total mystery. The Jewish community is so significant. Any range of different endeavors that they do. But it's telling that they would not have passed this right away. It's also telling they would not have jumped on it. The BDS movement could really adversely affect Israel. I mean, Israel is already surrounded by its enemies, Hamas, Hezbollah, IIS, and this is a way of extending that beyond the physical presence around it. So I think it's a very important piece of legislation that needs to be done. So the moral statement and the practical statement of the power of New York State is put behind knocking this down.
Well, it's very important that we elect Chris McGrath to the Senate so that we keep a Republican majority, because the BDS is nothing more than a mask of liberal anti-Semitism. It's a way for the pro-Palestinian far left to undermine the relationship between the United States and Israel and the rest of the world with Israel. It is virulent, anti-Semitic. It is nothing more and nothing less than that, and they try to mask themselves in what they claim is a political issue. It's not a political issue. It's an issue of hate on the part of people who hate the Jewish people and they hate the Jewish state.
Because it's a very important issue. This BDS movement is a movement of hatred. It's a movement of anti-Semitism. It's a movement we want, and nor should we have any part of here in New York State. And we have the ability, through this legislation, to send a very strong message that our resources as a state, not only the ability to contract with different companies and individuals, but also the ability to invest our pension fund of hundreds of billions of dollars will not be spent, not a penny of it will be spent on any group, any individual that supports the BDS movement. It's a strong statement. It's incredibly important to me that we make that statement and that we support not only Israel, but our allies across the world.
The issue of BDS has become not just a life and death issue for Israel, but really is an issue that's coming to our shores, come right here to New York State. The issue of maligning Israel has turned into maligning Jews and attacking Jews. Jews are being attacked, not just their businesses, but college students especially. 3 out of the top 10 most anti-Semitic campuses since BDS began are here in New York State. It's an outrage. The New York City and the New York State college systems have become problematic for Jews. They're squelching free speech, they're attacking Jewish students. This has to stop.
Now, do you think this is going to be political suicide for the Democrats?
I don't even want to get involved in the politics of this. To me, it's moral suicide of the country, of the nation, of the state, to not stand against something like this. I work with ACLJ, the American Center for Law and Justice. We fight around the world for religious freedom and religious liberty. It's appalling that we now have to fight for it here at home, not just to have free speech or to be able to worship, but literally just to be able to live as a Jew. If you're a Jew, it doesn't matter what you believe, you become a target.